Welcome back, folks. A little bit of a Rocket League news rundown here with Pyro J. Thanks for joining in. We have a lot to talk about. On top of everybody's minds, which is Rocket League and UE5. What is to come for Rocket League? Well, we got a little bit of a rumor, a little bit of news, and that is Rocket League is becoming a mini game.
Please clap.
Big congratulations, Rocket League, being promoted from a main game to a mini game of Fortnite. All that news earlier about trading being eliminated come December for some cross-platform item sharing. It's all because it has to be between Rocket League and Fortnite. You have two games, right? Rocket League is in blue. Fortnite is in red. You have two games. And imagine you're the exec board, right? And you're like, all right, guys, we've got a new game coming out. It's called Rocket League Racing. If you're on the exec board, which game would you vote for Rocket League Racing to be under? Which one? Would you say Rocket League Racing belongs, say, under Rocket League? It does share two of the three words. Or would you say that it belongs under Fortnite, which is a gun game? Well, let me tell you, if you selected Fortnite, you were right. Great job. You might be wondering why, and the reason is money. They not only don't put it in Rocket League, they also get rid of a feature. They get rid of trading in the process. So not only did this not happen, they're like, no, Rocket League Racing should not be part of Rocket League. It should be a part of Fortnite. It also removed peer-to-peer trading just so those items could be a part of Fortnite now. Who better than Frowsy, at Frowsy Squirrel on Twitter, guys? If you don't already follow him on Twitter and on YouTube, I'll include a link in the description. But here's Frowsy's thoughts on the matter. So true, Frowsy. So true. Another person I think that really hit the nail on the head here was Mertzy on Twitter. Mertzy says, this is why I always say not to get too excited, right? Because beforehand, people heard rumblings of Rocket League Racing. People saw job postings for Unreal Engine 5 mixed in with Rocket League, and people were like, whoa, bright future. Bright future ahead for Rocket League. UE5, we're getting mini games. Like, this is crazy. Don't get too excited, because Mertzy basically paints this picture that, guess what? All that news was Fortnite based, not Rocket League based. They're basically importing Rocket League into Fortnite. So while the Golden Boy, aka Fortnite, grows bigger and bigger, our game, Rocket League, is getting stripped away and abandoned. And the UE5 leak was probably in connection to this. It probably was never connected to a Rocket League 2 or anything anyway. So I hate saying don't get excited. Don't get amped up about something, because they say if you don't get excited about something, you'll never be disappointed. That's not a way to live life, in my opinion. I think you should get excited about things. I think you should be happy and looking forward to things. And if you get disappointed, that's fine. But in the lens of Rocket League, I think Mertzy actually has a point. I think he has a point to say don't get too excited, because Epic Games, after they've taken in Rocket League, have shown only one priority, one worthy place of investment of their pockets of change, and that is Fortnite. It's not Rocket League. And anything they want to do with Rocket League, they're going to find a way to plug it in to Fortnite. If that's not enough dismal news for you in the Rocket League scene, why don't we talk about a Rocket League esports organization that maybe didn't make the best decision? It all starts with an event that they announced today. We'll get to that, but somewhere else we need to start with the story. We need to start with someone named Hercules. If you don't already know who Hercules is, she is way more than an up-and-coming caster. She's already been a part of some very high-level Rocket League tournaments, most recently the CRL World Championship held in Texas. Very talented individual, and used to be under Evil Geniuses. They announced a series of Rocket League events throughout the year of 2023. It's been happening since September, but then in September, the news broke. Hercules said, tonight I got dropped. Actually, this is October 12th. Tonight I got dropped by Evil Geniuses following the news that the tournament series all year long, the sponsors and the partnerships are lost for the final 4 events, and they've been canceled. So she goes on to say she's really upset that she couldn't finish what she started. Obviously, the responsibility doesn't seem to be on her. It seems to be on Evil Geniuses, saying, well, we lost our sponsors. We can't hold the final events. We've had an incredible year, and they have with the new era, Prospect Series, and so on and so forth. Great Rocket League tournaments for the bubble scene, for collegiate players, for lots and lots of different Rocket League players. But this time around, it's just not going to finish for the rest of the year. And that was it. It was a real big bummer because these tournaments were huge. Hercules did an incredible job hosting them, but that's it. Well, no. There's another part to the story, and that is where Evil Geniuses, out of nowhere, announced that the tournament is still happening. Literally today, this morning at 11 a.m., they say, hey, how about that tournament? We're still on. By the way, they have the same sponsor lined up. And so thousands of dollars put in the prize pool. And the best reaction to this is Hercules. Minutes later, quote retweets it with question marks. Hercules brought this idea to Evil Geniuses. Hercules dominated this entire tournament and hosted it to perfection, brought in even talent like myself. I had never joined an event, but casters similar to me who are quote unquote bubble casters to work these events. And now Evil Geniuses is announcing it? My favorite reply to this post, though, from Evil Geniuses is Dignitas. It's so bad. There are other esports organizations replying underneath Evil Geniuses with their reaction. And what better than Dignitas, who used to have Herc as a creator before Evil Geniuses picked her up, with the Breaking Bad cinematic moment of Hank Schrader realizing who Heisenberg really is. Dignitas posted this. Like, bruh, what? Are you kidding me? There's some things happening in the background. A lot of different casters want to come together to put on a new event at the same time just to stick it to Evil Geniuses. But for the most part, people are replying, quote retweeting, saying Evil Geniuses, no one will be joining this tournament. You're not even going to get talent to hire. And I can say for you personally, there is no way that I'm going to even apply, even if there is an application process to cast that event, that Collegiate Chevron Cup. Teensy tiny little update for you guys, because as I'm posting this to YouTube a day later, Hercules just responded with their own event during the same weekend as this Evil Geniuses Chevron tournament with a prize pool that is higher than the EG tournament by $1. And it's in partnership with Chalked Cast, the podcast series, I think run by Johnny Boy Rizzo and CJ. So that is a hilarious response. I think over the past day, there's been a huge amount of controversy as to don't participate in this event, or if you're going to participate, name your team after, Justice for Hercules. And I think all the thoughts were well-intentioned, but the response could not have been better from Herc. She initially said, players, go ahead and join the EG tournament. I don't mind, teach their own, and now has announced her own tournament. So this is hilarious. This is great. I'll leave a link in the description about what the tournament actually is and the announcement on Herc's page. But yeah, thought I'd add this in post. But that's all I got, guys. Quick little update in the Rocket League scene. All things good and maybe not so good. But what will happen with Rocket League Racing? Is it a game you'll still play even if it's in Fortnite? What's going to go on with Evil Geniuses and all these other RLCS teams? If you got ideas, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear all about it. I'll see you next time.